Boker Tov, everyone. We're continuing in Mishlei Perek Daled, Pasuk Yud. Shema beni vekach amarai ve'yirbu lecha shenot chaim. Says Shlomo HaMelech, listen, my son, take my words, and it will be added to you years of life. So the Gaon of Vilna explains, Shema beni, listen, my son, is the first step of Torah, is listening to the Rabbanim. And then, Kach Amarai, take my words, is take the words of the Chachamim and review it and make sure you understand it. And implement it to do the mitzvot. Ve'yirbu lecha shenot chaim. So he says, what does it mean, shenot chaim? Obviously, if it's years, it's going to be years of life. So he says that when a person connects to Torah, HaTorah me'apech ra'a letova. The Torah, when a person connects to Torah, it turns over evil to good. And therefore a person will have shenot chaim, he will have years of life, years of good life. Pasuk Yud Aleph, B'derech chokhmah horeticha, in the ways of chokhmah I guided you. Hidrachticha b'ma'galei yosher, I led you on the straight paths. So he says, so the Gaon of Vilna points out, the pasuk starts B'derech, which is singular, on the path in singular of wisdom I guided you. Hidraticha b'ma'agaleh. Ma'agaleh is also paths. Yosher. So why here is it in plural? So he says because there's two things. There's Torah and mitzvot. Mitzvot is plural. Studying Torah is one thing. Studying Torah. And therefore, the first part is talking about Torah. I guided you on the path of Torah, of wisdom, chokhmah. And I led you on the paths of straightness, and that is when one does mitzvot, he's on the paths of straightness. And the last pasuk for today, Belech techa, when you go on your ways, lo yitzar sa'adecha, your steps will not be narrow. Lo yitzar, from the word tsar is narrow. Lo yitzar sa'adecha, your steps will not be narrow. Ve'im tarutz loti kasher. If you run, you will not fall, you will not stumble. What is this referring to? Says the Gaon of Vilna as follows: that when a person goes, he goes on when he goes in the ways of Hashem, he goes on two ways. The first way, he says, is that sometimes when a person starts off in Torah and mitzvot, it's hard, it's difficult. I'm not used to this type of life. And then it gets easy. So first, it seems like it's narrow. It seems like it's tsar. Like, I'm not allowed to do this now, can't do this now, can't do this now. It looks like things are narrow. But when you're into it, you realize that is the derech hayashar. That is the proper way. So he says, number one, when you're going, al yitzar tzadecha, you'll see your path will not be narrow anymore. You might think that I'm restricted, and you'll see the beauty in it. You'll feel, I'm not narrow anymore. And the second is that sometimes when a person just starts off, he jumps to too high levels and he could fall. He says, Lo likpotz lemala min hadarga shera'ui lo. You're not supposed to jump to the level that you're not at yet. You have to take it slowly, go by step to step. So sometimes when a person starts, they might jump too high and chas v'shalom they might fall. So he says that Shlomo HaMelech says when a person's serious and he really wants to do the right thing, then im tarutz lo tikashel. He says if a person's really serious, is not to worry. If you're really serious, even if you run, even if you jump, even if you go fast, Hashem will protect you that you won't stumble, provided that you want to do things in the right way, because the Torah will protect, and so will the mitzvot. But he says, but he warns us here not to jump too fast, to go things slowly, but of course to keep on moving. And if a person's on the right intention, even if he does jump, Loti Kashel, Hashem will protect him from not stumbling. B'ezrat Hashem, we have to connect it. We see Torah and mitzvot, guiding on the right way, turning our life into years of chayim, into years of good life. And Hashem will protect us when we go on the way of Torah. We might think we're restricted. We might feel like, I might be moving too fast. B'ezrat Hashem, if we have the right intentions, we're going to be going in the right ways, and Hashem will give us and all of Bnei Yisrael שנות חיים טובים בעזרת השם. ברך אדוני לעולם, אמן ואמן. רבי חנניה, ורק השם רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל לפיך הכי בעולם תרמוס שנאמר, אדוני חפץ בצדקו, יגדיל תורה וידיר.